All right, guys, welcome back. USA to Philippines Life channel. Today, we're going to talk about top 5 things I won't miss about living in the U.S., specifically New Jersey. Hang out. Let's talk about it. Be right back. All right, so here we go. I get asked this a lot from people. Hey, Mike, aren't you going to miss a lot of things about being in the U.S. or being in New Jersey, in the New York area? And actually, I will do another video of things that I will miss, but today we're doing the top five things that I won't miss about the U.S., specifically New Jersey. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 5, can anyone get my job? That's right. I've been there for a long time. I still got about another 7-ish years to go if all goes well. And hey, listen, it's not the work, it's the people. All right, the work is easy, the people are difficult. That's the bottom line. I'm not going to get too much into it. I'll do an exit video when I do finally wrap things up at this job, where I'll go into more detail, but for now I'm going to leave it at that. Number 4, driving in North Jersey traffic. It is the worst, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's the problem with New Jersey. All right, it's specific. Well, the whole state. You pretty much, except for the rural areas bordering New York State and Pennsylvania, it gets a little better up in those areas a little bit, but here close to New York, here's the problem. I think they're too lenient in giving out driver's licenses around here, and the problem is New Jersey is a illegal migrant sanctuary state, and I'm going to withhold my political and personal views on that, but I'm just going to say that, compounded with that, this is an area people come to make money. New York, New Jersey, there's just a lot of things happening here. There's a lot of businesses here. New York, New York is New York, and a lot of people live in Jersey here because they don't want to live in the city, so they just commute over, which I don't know. I think it's like $20 now to cross the bridge into New York during rush hour. It's like really crazy. But yeah, so what happens is the infrastructure is not designed. It's aging, and it's not designed to support this many vehicles, this high volume of vehicles that you put out there at one time. So most of the time you've got a high volume of traffic. So that's one thing. Traffic is one thing, okay? And yeah, and you say, oh, but Mike, there's traffic in the Philippines. Yeah, you're right. Where we're going to be going, it's not that bad. City proper, Iloilo City, yeah, it's a little gnarly there at times, but it's not like Manila, and a little bit away, and it's fine. I haven't decided 100% if I'm going to drive there. It's doable. It's not bad. But here, let me get back to my little speech on New Jersey driving. So you got a high percentage of drivers. Everybody gets a driver's license. It just seems like they're giving them out. That's bad enough. There's a lot of, because of that, there seems like they're not tough enough on people who are going for their license. There's a lot of people on the roads around here who shouldn't have their license. Now, it's okay for that to be that way if it's not so densely populated. This is a small state, and it's densely populated. There's way too many people. So that means your percentage of inconsiderate drivers, rude drivers, people who just don't know where they're going. We have a lot of highways that intersect around here, north, south, east, west. So people are always lost. They're looking at their phones. It's really not a good environment to drive in. So I'm going to leave it at that. But I am not a fan of driving around here, in case you haven't noticed. I drive a full-size pickup truck because I like having the edge over the other vehicles. Also, the extra horsepower to go around and get out in front of the lost folks that just I should have more patience, but I don't. So let's move on to number 3. The high state taxes, New Jersey. I don't own property. The property owners have it worse. I had a house, my previous life with my former marriage. We had a house. It was bad then. It's real bad now. On top of that, just the payroll tax. We get taxed by the federal government. That's one thing. And then we get whacked again from the state of New Jersey. Now, I'm going to try to refrain from getting political, but guess who's paying for all these things that it's a sanctuary state? We are. We pay for all that. We pay for all that stuff, the freebies that they give out to everybody. Listen, I don't agree. We pay through the nose. And for what? For what? For the privilege of living around here and congestion and inconsiderate drivers I was just talking about. So yeah, I'm not going to miss the high taxes in this state. Other states, and I'm not bashing my country, because there's other states that are much more pleasant to live in. Unfortunately, I'm invested my more than 2 decades in this job. I can't just give it up, walk away, and go to another state for a few years till I retire. So I'm in for the long haul. I'm going to finish the race. But yeah, so the high taxes, not going to miss that. No way. Number 2, this might surprise a few of you. Monday after Labor Day. Oh yeah. So we get a little bit of a break around here. Okay, because if you're not familiar with the area geographically, as I've mentioned in previous videos, we're about 8 miles outside of Manhattan, New York. So, there's all kinds of things to do here. I'm not a city slicker. I don't go to the city. I'm not about that. We also have the world famous Jersey Shore. Very nice. I used to go there as a kid with my family. That was a vacation spot. I don't like to go down there either because it's very crowded and the majority of the people tend to be very rude, and in high numbers. When you have a lot of rude people packed together on little beaches and boardwalk, which is excellent. The boardwalk is really great, but again, so we get a break up north where we live, up by the city, because the beach is down south. So we get a break on the traffic. Like right now, when my wife works third shift, so I take her to work 10:30 at night. Up until a few weeks ago, because of the COVID thing, finally was winding down, and people are doing a lot of the things that they haven't been able to do. Plus marijuana was just legalized last year, so everybody's out now that this COVID thing is it's a big party. So 10:30 at night, I'm taking my wife to the work, the medical facility, and you're dodging all kinds of young people out with blowing doobies and whatever they're doing 10:30 at night. But it's just all young people. A lot of Uber and Lyft, which for those of you in the Philippines not familiar, that's like Grab you guys have there. which is fine. I mean, that's actually, I kind of question why I still have a car at all, a vehicle at all, because the Uber comes in 5 minutes. But I don't know, that's another topic for another day. So the Monday after Labor Day, so we get a break all summer long around here because everybody's on vacation, whether they're flying down to Florida or they're flying out west, or everybody's now, because everything's opened up and 2020 people weren't able to go anywhere, everybody's gone. So the roads are like deserted. And that's the way it usually is before COVID. That's the way it would be. You'd get a break in the summer if you're like me and you really don't go anywhere. You look for that because it's a little break from the madness. My friends that live down in southern New Jersey, they're getting it right now. So sometimes I'll hear from them and they'll say, take them back. But anyway, the Monday after Labor Day holiday, which is early first week of September, for those of you in the Philippines, maybe you're not familiar with our holidays. Labor Day is more or less the close of summer. So after that, the kids go back to school and the normal life resumes after the summer break. So the Monday after Labor Day, or that week after Labor Day, is brutal because you've had a break, the traffic was light, and now everybody's back in force. I won't miss that. So that's a big thing. I typically I'll take off that week, the week after, just to let everybody find their way and fall back into place, because I can't stand it. Number one, drum roll please. The number one thing that I won't miss about, I'm going to say the U.S., but it's specifically New Jersey, when I'm living and retired in the Philippines, God willing, the bad attitudes. This place, I think, I've been to other states, I've been to the Philippines. This place, I don't know if it's because of the dense population like I was talking about before, but there's bad attitudes. I'm not going to miss that. So that's the 5 things that I'm not going to miss. I'm going to do a video, the top 5 things that I will miss. But that was it. So let's recap. It's number 5, my job. Number 4, the driving in North Jersey. Number 3, the high state taxes, New Jersey. The Monday or the week after Labor Day, and the bad attitudes. So that's in a nutshell. This is what runs through my mind when I'm working. Things like I'm not going to miss about living around here. And I'm born and raised in this area, and I can't wait to get going. So once again, thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't already, would love it if you subscribe. This way you don't and hit the bell so you don't miss more videos we've got coming out. This weekend, my wife is actually off, and she's probably gonna do a video by herself, and we're gonna do one together. We're talking about some of the things we've got going on in the Philippines right now. I know she's real excited about that. So again, if you like the video, we'd appreciate it if you click like, share, subscribe. Thank everybody for stopping by. Take care of yourselves. Stay well. Stay blessed. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.